Welcome everybody to Truth, Justice, and Toys. And today I'm going to share with you some of the things that I got for my birthday this weekend. It was a big weekend, man. It was Easter, right? That's big for everybody. But also on the 3rd of April, it was my birthday and my anniversary all on the same day. Right? So that's cool because I got married on my 18th birthday 47 years ago, and we've been happy ever since. So I wanted to share with you some of the cool super items that I got for my birthday. First one up is this coloring and activity book from Superman 2025 with David Corenswet and Krypto. That was a great movie. I liked the movie. Some people did. And isn't it funny how we got a 50-50 split just on about anything and everything today? It just has to be that way, I guess. But it comes with crayons. Everybody loves crayons. I don't know. But it also comes with a bunch of stickers. That's cool, right? Love that. This was my wife. We were at the Hallmark store shopping, just looking around on our anniversary. That's just what we did. We just kind of wandered around, just some of our favorite places. She picked up this card at the Hallmark store, and what it is, it was... this one is from 2018, but she said she's seen this. She goes, "Look, I know you're not my son, but I thought you'd want this in your collection, so I got it for you." So I appreciated that. That was fun. Also, I went to my local comic book store, my yearly trek. I go there to pick up something on my birthday for comics and stuff. And there's a new one that's out. I love mashups. You guys like the mashup comics? I love those. But this one is the Spider-Man and Superman mashup. So DC and Marvel. I love that when they do that. And today's comics, what they usually do is they'll come up with these comics with the same story but variant covers. So you got lots of different covers that you can pick from, or you can buy them all as a small collection as well. I usually just pick the one or two out that I like, and I'll buy those. This one is the Superman Spider-Man #1, and I love this one because it's got Krypto and little Spidey right there on the front cover. I love that. And it's a pretty thick book too, so I'm looking forward to reading that, but being very careful and not breaking the binding on that. So got that for my birthday. Another mashup that I love is that I seen down there is Weird Al Yankovic and Superman and Batman together. Check that out. Loving that one. And it's Batman, Superman, World's Finest #50, Weird Al. And you guys remember Weird Al Yankovic? He's still around. He's still touring. This guy never quits. But yeah, love that one. Got that. Also, I am a big fan of Bizarro. He is the unintentional villain. He doesn't mean to be. He thinks he's doing good. He thinks he's doing right. And no, I don't have it upside down, but there he is. That's what he looks like there. They do that with Bizarro because everything's backwards with Bizarro, right? That's right. So I love that one. Got that. Also, I got another Bizarro. This one is actually from March '94. And there he is battling Superman himself. Right? Let's check that out. All right. And then I got another vintage one. This is March of '91, and it is number 663, and it is Superman in Action Comics, Time and Time Again. And I love the Samson poster on the side there. It's like a carnival poster, circus poster, and there's Superman or Clark Kent changing into Superman. Love that one, March of '91. Then Mad Magazine. I've always loved Mad Magazine. DC Comic made this Mad book. I love that. It's called Mad About DC. It's got old Alfred E. Newman on it. Love that. Also on the back, there he is. I have the Alfred E. Newman action figure as well. But what I love about Mad Comics back in the day, the Mad magazines, is that they always had on the back it's called the Mad Fold, and it's called the Mad Fold-In, and basically you fold it in three and you come up with a whole nother picture. Here, this is the picture it starts with. And once you fold it over into like a little trifold, then you get a whole nother picture. I love that they kept that in this version because some of the Mad magazines these days don't actually have that anymore. I don't know why they quit doing it, but I'm glad that the DC, when they made this one, decided to put it back in. And so got that. Now, this, I've shown you this before. This I didn't actually get for my birthday. This is the 70s, is it 74? Can't remember exactly. But it's the Mego Superman action figure. And that's the vintage. Now, the difference between vintage and retro. Retro is something to look vintage, and vintage is actually vintage old, okay? So that's the difference, and you probably already knew that. But I have this original, but my wife's seen these and she bought them for me. This is a retro version of this, and it's in a box that's similar to the box that these came in originally. I don't have the original box, but I have this one now that is the retro version of it, and it looks pretty close. Love that. And this one is actually from 2018, the retro version of that. Along with that, the Superman, the Jimmy Olsen Superman, some of the storylines back then, the comics out there, had Jimmy Olsen getting Superman's powers. You know, they always do that. Lois Lane got his powers. Lex Luthor got his powers. I mean, they just kind of passed it around. I don't know why they did that, but it made it fun, made it interesting. And this is the Superman Jimmy Olsen version of this, okay? Also a retro figure made to look vintage 2017. This one is Super Friends, Death of Superman. And what I think is interesting about this, and I turned this one so you can see his face is actually green. They made his face green. And so I looked it up and said, why is his face green in this? They thought making him green would make him look more dead. So I thought that was funny. And the box is cool because they put these handles on the side, kind of like a coffin, right? And the reason they did that with the window on the front is basically that, I guess in the animated cartoon, they did, when Superman died, they put him in this pod and jettisoned him into space. And this is meant to look like that death pod, coffin pod, whatever you want to call it. This is actually from 2020, so not that old. Then, along with my other Bizarro stuff, I love this one, this Bizarro. He's also a retro figure. Now, I don't know, can somebody tell me, did they actually make a 70s version of this figure, or did they just make this retro figure to look like a vintage toy of that era? Don't know, but there's this one. But she bought it for me because it was all part of these other ones that she bought. She figured I should have that. So love that. This one here, look at this. It's a faux leather bound journal to make it look very old and antique. The pages in it are very thick paper to mimic what old style paper would be. And it's got, the paper on it is textured and everything. It's very cool. And it is probably going to stay pristine. I don't think I will write anything in it. I might, just for fun, for later, for somebody to find it. But I'm going to keep that. This was actually a gift from my grandson's mother-in-law. Was very kind to pick this out for me. I so appreciate it. Love this kind of stuff. Very cool. This one, my daughter got me, and it is Superman, the art and making of the film. And this is the Superman movie that came out in 2025, just last year. Anybody see that movie? Loved it. but this is the making of it. And in this book, it talks from the beginning to the end, from David Corenswet, the actor, getting the script from James Gunn and reading it and trying to figure out how that's going to work, and then James Gunn talking about how he put it together, how he got the storyline, the suit, the making of the suit, the actual little pieces of art when they made their original storyboard. That's all in here. And it's very well done with some really cool pictures and things about that movie. And I thought the Lois Lane, I thought she did a great job. And personally, I like her version of Lois Lane better than the Man of Steel Lois Lane, Amy Adams. No, Amy Adams, don't get me wrong, she did a great job. She's easy to look at, and she did a great job, but I kind of felt like she would have been better as Lana Lang, I guess maybe because of the color of her hair, rather than Lois Lane. I know they were just trying to switch it up, trying to do it different, and I get it. So no, not casting throwing any shade on that. However, I loved this movie from start to finish, and it was really, really special movie. I was just glad to get another movie. So, hey kids, that's what I had to share with you today. All birthday gifts on this episode of Truth, Justice, and Toys. And what I'm going to do is, I was calling this Superman Monday, but I won't be calling it that anymore. What I'm just going to call them, these are going to be episodes of Truth, Justice, and Toys. You can find my new YouTube channel on YouTube. Just type in Truth, Justice, and Toys, and you'll see a little pop figure. I'll put the logo up here on the screen of me and my little Izzy pug standing next to each other. And that is the icon logo for Truth, Justice, and Toys. And we'll be doing lots of content, this kind of stuff. We'll be doing a lot of shorts, that sort of thing. Just having fun with all of the collection items and just Superman in general. All things Superman, I love it all. And so thanks a lot for hanging in with me this week. And until next time, stay super.